Middle East and North Africa, IPOs, initial public offering, that's what we are going to discuss as it stands. Let's first look at the global scene. How much global initial public offering has happened up to the first half. Then we'll talk about the MENA region. We'll also discuss the insight on direct listings, and we will run through the developments in Qatar specific terms, and perhaps Saudi Arabia is another country we have to be watchful as well in terms of IPO. Now, in global terms, Q2 2021 IPO deal numbers and proceeds were 597 IPOs, and the total value is around 111.6 billion. That's what the first 6 months turnout is all about. Q2 2021 was 206% and 166%. If you look at the volume as well as the value. So volume wise, 597 is 206% up over the previous year. Last year was totally shade on the pandemic. 166% in terms of the value is also high. So the deal numbers and the proceeds if I compare with Q2 2020, the 5 largest IPOs proceeds in Q2 included DD Global Incorporated, that is around 4.4 billion, JD Logistics, that's around $3.6 billion, China 3 Gorgas Renewables, that is the group, 3.5 billion, All Funds Group PLC, that's around 2.6 billion, SKIE Technology, that's around 2 billion. So these are the major ones. Overall, there was a healthy spread of IPO activity across many markets, including US, mainland China, Hong Kong, Nordic, Europe, if you look at it, Frankfurt, Paris, Amsterdam and London, Brazil, Toronto and India. If you look at even Australia, Japan, Norway, Israel's exchanges are also active in terms of deal numbers. Now, IPOs activity across many markets, that's a good sign. Lower volatility also been favored and increased the IPOs activity in Q2 2021 because people have realized the market is recovering, they need additional funding. Those are the developments we conceptualize. When it comes to MENA, first half 2021, MENA IPO market saw 4 IPOs during the first half of 2021 with a total proceeds of $426 million. Of course, down 48% compared with the first half of 2020. The number of IPOs stayed the same year on year. Number of IPOs, same. But if you look at the overall big picture, proceeds, if you look at it, it was 425.8 million, that is down compared to last year, 48%. In Q2, the only IPO in the MENA region was Tali Management Services, which listed on the Egyptian exchange and raised nearly 131 million in proceeds. This is a slight improvement compared to this time last year when there was no public offering during Q2. So it's all happened in the Q1 last year, major applause. Q2 was nothing. This year, again, Q2 we had this Tali Management Services. As the COVID pandemic shook the world and left continuing trail of uncertainty, and that's what last year is all about. Tali Management Services, a higher education platform that controls and operates NUB, the largest private university in Upper Egypt sold 49% of its shares on the EGX. The institutional offering was oversubscribed nearly 2.34 times, while the retail offering was oversubscribed nearly 30%, 29.38 times. This is the first IPO in the Egypt since the listing of the 10th Ramada for pharmaceutical industries and diagnostic reagents. That was Q4 2019. Now let's look at MENA region. So if you look at the insight on the MENA region, there were no direct listings. The listing is equally important. It's not only we issue, the listing is equally important. There were no direct listings. EGX also welcomed the technical dual listing of Integrated Diagnostics Holding, which was concluded on the EGX on May 20th this year. IDH has been listed on the London Stock Exchange since 2015 as the first company to conduct a technical dual listing on the EGX. So it is a welcome development. Other listing for Q2 2021 included the direct listing of Alpha Dafi Holding and an IHC subsidiary on the ADX main market. If you look at it, market capitalization of 40.8 billion in total terms. Emirates Stallion became the fourth IHC group company, Emirates Stallion, to list on the Abu Dhabi second market with a market capitalization of 254 million. This follows 2020 listing of Palm Sports, Easy Lease and Z Stores. This is all happening in the marketplace in the MENA. So Egypt played a role, Abu Dhabi played a role, and we had listings are all happening. When it comes to development in Qatar, the venture market of Qatar Exchange, an alternative venue for listing and trading shares for SME, saw its debut listing with Al Falah Education Holding QPSC. So on education sector we are seeing everywhere. Direct listing of 240 million ordinary shares. The venture capital market, Qatar Exchange, is an alternative venue for listing and trading shares for, this is meant for small and medium-sized entrepreneurs. So they have listed it with Al Falah Education Holding QPSC, that is Qatar Public Service Shares Company. Direct listing of 240 million ordinary shares. 240 million ordinary shares. Let us go to Saudi Arabia for that matter. Although there were no IPOs in Saudi Arabia during Q2, the Capital Market Authority has issued approvals for several IPOs on the Tadawul, namely Tanmaya Food Company, Arabian Internet and Communication Service Company, Arabian Contracting Services Company, International Company for Water and Power Projects, what you call ACWA Power. These transactions are expected to be completed before the end of the year and will give a strong boost to the MENA IPO market. It will also improve the overall 2021 figures. So that's a welcome change because the Capital Market Authority has given the approvals. Nomo, parallel market, saw the direct listing of Fresh Flash Snack Food Production Company and Mohammed Hassan Al Nook Sons. That is also during Q2. Bargaiser received an approval for an IPO on Nemo from CMA, Capital Market Authority, again, with the listing expected to occur in perhaps in this quarter, perhaps in this month. And that's what the development is all about. So Saudi Arabia also is moving in the third quarter now. A lot of Capital Market Authority approved. They will all be coming to the market before the end of 2021. That will give the real status of the overall listing. So things are happening and the confidence is getting restored. I'm sure more and more IPOs will be there in the offering in the current year as well as in the coming years.